Hey, what's up guys? This is Brett with Brett's Cell Phone Repair, and today we're going to be fixing an iPhone 7 Plus, baby. Here it is in all its glory, smashed up good. You like that? I was just gonna leave it for the aesthetic look, but I'm going to fix it. So, first thing you're gonna do when attempting this fix is shut it down, people. Like so. And then we're gonna do what we do with all iPhones. We're gonna give them a kiss. And then we're going to take out the two pentalobe screws. Right down here. These two screws. There's one piece of crap. And two. And then with this one, this tends to be a little stickier. You can still get it with, you can still separate the screen without using a heat gun, but I'm going to use a heat gun. So I'm just going to heat up the sides here. I usually like to get started here and use a little X-Acto knife. Like so. You don't want to get it too hot because then you'll burn the screen or damage something. But you want to get it definitely where it's warm to the touch. I'm just going to put my X-Acto knife in here and kind of try to create a little gap without damaging it. So what you're doing is you're getting in between the metal frame and the plastic, the metal housing and the plastic frame. Oh, 1 second, guys. Okay, guys, I am back! So we're gonna start separating this. So I usually start right there because it seems to give the most, have the most give right there. So I'm gonna just kind of go along the sides here. And then go along the bottom, just separating that adhesive, and go around this way, like so. And then, once you get all that separated, you're gonna do the top too. Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna try and slide the top down. You can shut this off again. Oh wait, hold on a sec, I wanna check something. Okay, I'm gonna shut this down. So you wanna pull the screen and hold the frame, kind of pull it down, separating that top adhesive without kind of, you know, damaging anything. Sometimes it helps to take a tool and run it along the top to separate that. There we go. So once you get that out of there, pulled down that way away from the metal frame, you can fold it over like so. Get some of this adhesive out of the way. We'll replace all this adhesive that's coming off. I'm just going to check it one more time to make sure it's good to go. So then we're going to fold it over like this way, this direction, and we're going to use our tri-wing screwdriver. Take all 4 of these screws out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after you get the 4 screws out, you can lift this up. Take that plate out of the way. Just gonna double check the phone is not on. Okay. And then I'm gonna unplug the battery, which is right here, like so. And then I'm gonna take off this plate up here. There's gonna be 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3 holding this plate on. Bada bing, bada boom, Joey. And then we'll unplug our connectors. This ribbon cable you want to unplug. So just kind of get under there and twist up. I'm actually going to use my flat screwdriver here. There he goes, there's one. And then you want to pop up this connector and then this one underneath that one. There we go. Okay, so now you can separate the screen. The battery's unplugged, so there's no risk of it turning on. You can set that aside. Then we're going to focus on this, taking out all these screws in the bottom here. There should be 4 there. So we'll take out all 4 of those screws. And then after you take off the 4 screws, you can just take off that plate. One sec, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back, baby. Oh man, sometimes it's a chore to film these videos because I get so many distractions. But anyways, we're gonna continue. So we took off that plate, the 1, 2, 3, 4 screws there. I'm gonna take off all these screws up here. There's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to take off those. And these are Phillips. These small Phillips screws. Okay, so once that bracket's off, you can fold back the camera, take out your earpiece, set that aside. And then what we want to do is kind of scrape this away. There's going to be some adhesive holding this on. There's some adhesive holding down this little section down here. We can start there. Just kind of twist it up. And then the proximity sensor you want to get out, which is right here. There we go, finally got that out. There's a little bit of adhesive holding that in place too, which makes it kind of tricky. You want to make sure you don't break that. That's pretty delicate right there. So, let's see. We're going to start from this end, kind of peel this up. Okay, there it is. Ah, jeez. That was a tricky one. So there's your piece right there you want to save. You want to transfer that on the new screen. And then start taking off these screws here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5, and then one on the bottom, 6. The one on the bottom looks like it's at Phillips, and then the ones on the side are tri-wing screws. So you want to get your tri-wing screwdriver. And then once you have all those screws out, you can lift this out. Looks like there's a little adhesive holding this on right here. So peel this adhesive up, and then you can take this plate off. Just like that. So, oh, and don't forget your home button too, down here. So this just folds over. You want to stick your flathead screwdriver in there and twist, and then pop that up. And then this gets, this is held down by some more adhesive under here, so you want to scoop underneath this right here. There we go. And it just pokes through that way. So set that aside. I think that's all we need off this thing. Maybe reuse some of that adhesive right there. So let's get our new screen and test that first. So you want to just plug in the two connectors down here at the bottom. Fold that over. Let's turn it on. There you go. Oh, there we go. Interesting. I didn't like that. Usually doesn't take that long to turn on. So you just want to make sure it recognizes touch all over the place. Okay, so it looks good. So we can go ahead and switch over all that stuff that we just took off the old one onto this one. Wait for this thing to shut down all the way. And then unplug these two connectors that we just plugged in. Like that. Let's go ahead and transfer everything over. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my home button through. Just slide it through like that. And then make sure it's straight. And then once you get that lined up, move that cable out of the way. You can stick this down. There's a little prong down here you want to line this up with. Right there. And then put your, one sec. Okay. So we're just about to plug in our home button here. Just fold that over, plug that in. You can kind of feel it go in. Then we can put on our bracket, this plate that holds the home button here. I'm just going to check the alignment, make sure it looks good. Feels pretty good. I guess we'll see when we turn it on for the final time. And then let's go ahead and put this back. Probably gonna need to stick down some new adhesive here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit right here in between the two prongs here. So then I'm going to start by lining up my bottom here with the two prongs, the bottom here. And once that's lined up, you can stick down this side where your microphone is for your camera, your front camera. Okay, and then this folds over like so, like that. Make sure you put your proximity in the proximity sensor in the housing here. There we go, got it in there. So you want to make sure that's all the way down there, and then you can fold over this put this back. There we go. So that's how it's supposed to look right there. And then we can put in our earpiece. So when you put that down, line that up, then you want to fold over your camera. Okay guys, this is why I don't usually film videos, or I've been staying away from filming videos because it's just too hectic here. So I'm going to put this bracket on. I have my camera lined up, or my camera and my earpiece lined up. I'm going to start screwing this in with my Phillips screwdriver. Oh, you know what? Actually, I need to put on this back plate first. So this gets slid through. Like that. Oh. Man, I'm all mixed up. I was supposed to put on the plate first, and then this plate over the home button, so I'm going to take this off. There we go. Nope, it goes underneath. So make sure you put your back plate on first before you do this, before you put your plate on for your home button. So I'm going to just take out my earpiece again. Screw this screw down here. Just make sure all these are tight. Okay, now we can do our earpiece like we were originally going to do. Looks like there's a little rubber gasket here that's supposed to go for the earpiece. I just took that off the old one. Make sure your little gold prongs are down on the bottom. Okay, that fits better. So once you got it lined up, now we can put in our plate here, which is, oops. Make sure you drop it a couple times. Make your life more complicated. Okay, now we can start screwing this in. And then we can put in our side screws with the tri-wing screwdriver. So we're going to put this on, this adhesive. Just like that. You don't really need that, but I'm just doing it anyways. And then I'm going to replace some of this adhesive with new stuff. So I'm just going to scrape off this old stuff. Okay guys, so I paused the video because I didn't want to bore you with putting adhesive on here. So I got all adhesive around the edge. I just peeled off the backing on this side here. I'm going to plug it in. Okay, so after you get the two ribbon cables plugged in here and the battery you can put on the plate. Okay, and after you get that done, you can go ahead and put the plug this earpiece back in. Make sure that's all the way plugged in. And then go ahead and put this plate back on. Okay, so before we snap it down, I've got to remove all the backing off that adhesive first, but I'm just going to test it. So there's that. Okay, so the home button works good. Looks like everything's good. Just going to shut it down and remove all this adhesive off here. Or I mean the backing to all this. And then we could just stick it down. Okay, so remember to put the top in first. Slide those clips down. Slide it in there like so. Make sure that's all the way in. Alright, so once that top's in, you can start snapping the sides down. Just make sure that it's all flush when you get to the bottom here. Like so, and then you just put the bottom two in. Bottom two pentalobe screws in and finish up this fix. Okay, so that is how you do it there. Huh. For some reason that was a lot more difficult that time. Sometimes they go easy, sometimes they don't. So that's just the name of the game. But anyways guys, that's how you do it. Thank you for watching.